Hello friends, welcome to Finance MCQ channel. In this channel, we are trying to present to you some important MCQs and concepts for your exam preparation of BHEL Supervisor Trainee Finance. So let's begin and go through today's set of MCQs. Well, the first question is rules framed for internal management of affairs of the company are known as. Option is Memorandum of Association. Option B, Articles of Association. Option C, Partnership Deed. Option D, Memorandum of Understanding. And last option, none of the above. So friends, here the rules are framed for internal management of affairs of the company. So the answer has to be option B, Articles of Association. So friends, Article of Association basically includes matters such as details of the class and valuation of shares, directors' rights, duties, their removal procedures, and details regarding holding and conducting of meeting, process of winding up of company, etc. And what is Memorandum of Association? Well friends, Memorandum of Association is very important and it defines the constitution of company and includes 6 clauses, which are, the first is name clause, which contains the name of the company. Next is situation clause, which contains the name of the state and registered office. Third is object clause, which defines the scope of the company's operation. The fourth one is liability clause, which defines the liability of every member of the company. Next clause is capital clause, which specifies the capital with which the company is registered. And finally, subscription clause, which provides confirmation that all individuals have signed at the bottom of MOA and intend to be a part of the company. Moving on, next question is, that is a type of check which remains in circulation and not presented for more than 3 months. Well, the options are post-dated check, stale check, cross-checked, mutilated check, and last option, none of the above. So friends, here the check was there in the circulation but is not presented within the due date, that is 3 months. So here the correct answer is option B, stale check. So friends, stale checks are those checks where the due date of submission of the check is over. And let's understand the other types of checks. The first one is post-dated checks. So friends, post-dated checks are checks which is made today for a future date, while cross checks are checks which are to be encashed by depositing into the account of the beneficiary and cannot be paid over counter. Next is mutilated check. So friends, mutilated check will be checks those are torn into 2 or more pieces and will be passed by banks only after getting a confirmation from the drawer. So moving on, next question is present value of rupees 6,30,000 receivable after 1 year will be dash, and safe assets in financial markets offers 5% annual returns. So friends, to solve this question, first of all, we should know the formula for calculation of present value. So present value is calculated as future value upon 1 plus rate of return to the power of number of periods. So where here FV is future value, R is rate of interest, and N is the number of periods. So if we put the figures in this formula, FV is given as 6,30,000. Rate of interest is 4% and the period is of 1 year. So if we solve this, this will come to 6,30,000 divided by 1.05. So to remove this decimal into 100, so 105, 6 is 630. So it comes to 6 lakh rupees. So the correct answer is option D, rupees 6 lakh. Moving on, next question is, dash is called a book of original entry. Well, the options are ledger, journal, logbook, order book, and last option, none of the above. So friends, remember that journal is called book of original entry because this is where the business transactions are initially recorded. So moving on, next question is, which one is not an essential element of a valid contract? The options are lawful object, not barred by law, adequate consideration, agreement, and none of the above. So friends, to answer this, first of all, we should understand which all are the essential elements of a valid contract. So friends, there are 6 essential elements of a valid contracts. These are offer and acceptance, then intention to create legal obligation, third is free consent of parties, fourth is competent parties, fifth is consideration, and last is lawful object. So friends, remember that consideration is an essential element of valid contract, but adequate consideration is not an essential element. Consideration is decided by parties to the contract, so it can be adequate or inadequate. Like for example, A agrees to sell his bike worth rupees 2 lakh for rupees 10,000 only to B, and A's consent to the agreement was freely given. So here the agreement will be a contract irrespective of the inadequacy of the consideration. So the correct answer here is option C, adequate consideration. Moving on. Next question, we have to calculate material cost variance. So the data given is standard material quantity is 50 units, actual material quantity is 45 units, standard material price per unit is given as rupees 1 and actual material price per unit is given as 0.80 rupees. So friends, here we should know the formula for calculating material cost variance. So material cost variance is calculated as standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. So let's fill this data from the question. So standard quantity is given as 50 units, standard price is given as 1 rupees, while actual quantity is given as 45 units and actual price is given as 0.80. So if we solve this, this will come as 50 and this will be 36. So the answer will be 14, and since this is in positive, so it will be favorable variance. So the answer will be option D. Moving on. Next question is the subsequent auditors in case of government company will be appointed by CAG within dash from commencement of each financial year. Well, the options are 60 days, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days, and last option 120 days. So friends, the subsequent auditors in case of government company will be appointed by CAG within 180 days. And friends, the first auditor in case of government company is appointed by CAG within 60 days from the date of incorporation. Moving on, which of the following is not a valid GST rate? So the options are 5%, 10%, 12%, 18%, 28%. So friends, here all of these are valid GST rates except option B, 10%. So friends, remember that the least GST rate here is 5%, which is applicable on frozen vegetables, fertilizers, etc. And the highest GST rate is 28%, which is applicable on pan masala, or example staying at AC 5-star hotels. And friends, there is one more GST rate of 0.25, which is applicable on semi-precious stones cut and polished. Next question, GDP is equal to consumption plus investment plus dash plus exports minus imports. So friends, here the options are government spending, net income from asset abroad, net payment outflow to foreign assets, option D is net of B and C, and last option none of the above. So friend, the formula for GDP is consumption plus investment plus government spending plus exports minus imports. And what is GDP? So friends, GDP is the aggregate value of goods and services produced by citizens and non-citizens within a country. And similarly, there is an important concept called GNP. While GNP will be measuring the value of goods and services produced by citizens of a country, but both within and outside a country. So friends, I hope by this the difference between GDP and GNP would be clear in your mind. Friends, next question, the deadline to file ITR for individuals whose accounts are not required to be audited is option A 31st July, option B 30th June, option C 31st March, option D 31st October, and last option none of the above. So friends, remember that the deadline for individuals whose accounts are not required to be audited is option A 31st July. So friends, for more practice of such MCQs, please visit our website financemcq.in, where the entire technical syllabus is brought to you in MCQ format for practice. And friends, this technical syllabus is very important for your selection, as it covers 100 marks out of the total 150 marks of the BHEL Supervisor Trainee Finance exam. So friend, this website financemcq.in presents 2000 plus MCQs covering accountancy, business law, costing, economics, income tax, GST, management in subject-wise or topic-wise format for you to practice. And friends, this content of financemcq.in is prepared by professionals such as chartered accountant or cost and management accountant, which gives this course a professional edge and in-depth coverage of the entire technical syllabus. Friends, we have added explanations for correct answers wherever required for conceptual clarity, and apart from this, there is an email support for clarification of doubts raised by candidates while practicing these contents. And friends, the system of financemcq.in is designed in such a way with timer facility so as to give the candidates a real exam-like environment. So do visit financemcq.in and practice for your technical syllabus well. So see you all tomorrow friends with a new set of MCQs. Till then, thank you very much for watching. Take care and goodbye.